roommate.
Hey everybody, Tyler, aka Duelcaster Mage here. We're we're going live for the first time. I'm very excited to try out this special segment or special session I'm calling Let's Brew, which is a collaborative deck building challenge for all of us here. And I am joined by my special guest, TukTuk, all the way from Czech Republic. How are you doing, TukTuk?
I'm doing great. What about you?
Just fine. It's a little warm here in Mexico, up on the second floor with all this daylight flooding in and all these like lights and shit on me. It's no problem. So we did a poll the last few days to kind of put a vote out there to the community and see what new commander from Ravnica Allegiance we wanted to build. And the winning commander was Teysa Karlov. Really cool new card. 2 white black for a 2/4 legendary human advisor. If a creature dying causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. And creature tokens you control have vigilance and lifelink. So that first ability, correct me if I'm wrong, TukTuk, but I think that's something that's never been printed before.
No, it was never printed. The closest thing to it, it's Panharmonicon, which triggers twice for the enters the battlefield ability, but nothing for the die triggers ability. Yeah.
Right. So that's really a lot of unexplored potential there. And full disclosure, I don't think either of us really did a whole lot of quote unquote research before doing this segment. In other words, we didn't like scour all the combos and all the interactions that are out there with existing cards. So because the whole idea of this is to be collaborative and see what the chat comes up with. I don't have any preconceived idea for what this deck should be. I mean, it's a dual commander deck. I want it to be competitive, but we're going to look for a lot of sweet synergy. I think this is kind of an iconic synergy-based commander on the face of it. So,
well, to be honest, I had a little bit of look into it, and I saw some crazy stuff that could be done with it. Like, well, that's for later, but there is like multiple strategies that can be done, I think. But most of them is for multiplayer, I think. But like some of them could be useful even in Duel Commander.
Nice. Yeah, I know. It's funny. The runner up in the poll was the Prime Speaker Vanifar, the Simic. It's very similar in the sense that it's like a 4-mana 2/4, but then it has all these. People were just going nuts on like Reddit's competitive EDH subreddit and all this stuff, and I kind of wanted to close my ears, so to speak, a little bit with Teysa and try to come up with stuff organically rather than like. It's amazing how fast the internet works in regards to these things, but
yeah.
Okay, before we start, I wanted to just do a quick little plug for my new group. It's not Duel Commander related, but it is an XMage thing and a Magic thing, obviously. And it's called XMage Draft Historical Society. Basically, I'm really excited about it. What we're going to do is go through all of Magic's history in terms of draft. So we're going to start all the way back, going back to beta, the original set, basically. And there's been a lot of excitement, a lot of people. We have like 50 people in our Facebook group already, and we're going to run 2 drafts a week, one that's better for Europeans and one more for American time zones. So the European one's going to be on Tuesday nights and the American one's going to be on Thursday nights. And if you're interested in that, there are a bunch of links in the stream description. There's a Facebook group, like I said. We have a Discord and a Battlefy page, which is a new tournament management platform that I kind of discovered like last week. So I'm giving that a try. Yeah, I'm giving that a try as far as kind of tracking all the results, and we're going to do some cool stuff as far as give people trophies, keep track of all match wins, and maybe do some leagues and give some prizes out for people who do well in the season and start over and stuff like that. So once again,
sounds really good.
Yeah, XMage Draft Historical Society. TukTuk's a member, and our first draft is this Tuesday, January 8th. Like I said, it's beta, and then we're gonna do another beta draft on Thursday for the Americans. Okay, let's get into brewing Teysa. Oh, and by the way, anyone, feel free to start typing in the chat. Like I said, we want as much engagement as possible. We want as many minds a brewing, so to speak, on this one. And I think, just feel free to just shout out any card you think, oh, this card is amazing with Teysa. This card would be amazing. Just let me know, and I'll add it in. You can see my XMage window here, the deck editor. What you're seeing now is my quote-unquote black and white staples template. So these are just a bunch of really good black and white cards and colorless cards that find their way into black and white decks more often than not. And we're going to end up cutting some of these, but it's kind of a good starting point. And then I have all those dual lands because those are really annoying to constantly add back into XMage.
Yeah.
So, TukTuk, what do you think? I think I was gonna start by just throwing out to you and to the community, like, what comes off the top of your head first when you're thinking of cool synergies with Teysa or interactions with Teysa?
I think most people think about Skullclamp because busted with her, drawing 4 cards just for equipping 1 token, which she supports anyway, is crazy. It's like...
Yeah. You're not the only one. Jeremy in the chat says, more Skullclamp, open the armory and Steel Shaper's Gift.
Yeah.
I'm 100% on board with that. Yeah, Skullclamp is just nuts. Like, it's already a good card on its own, but when you are drawing 4 cards instead of 2, like, you just end up with infinite gas.
Yeah, already, like, Skullclamp was already banned just because she was drawing too many cards, and like when she was in standard, I think she was banned for like forever, and it's banned in modern, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, I think so. Yeah. Okay, so Jeremy suggested Steel Shaper's Gift to grab Skullclamp. That's great. I'm totally in agreement with that. 1 mana, search for an art or equipment, put it in your hand. Seems good.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
And even open the armory. So same kind of thing, just 2 mana, but you can grab a aura as well if you want to.
Yep.
I'm on board with that. And we have Stoneforge Mystic, of course, is a staple that I already had in here. So now we have effectively 4 copies of Skullclamp.
Well, if we play Stoneforge Mystic, maybe Battlesphere would be also good. It's like one without the other is not really that great, I feel.
Better Skull, you mean?
Yeah, Battle Skull.
Okay. I don't.
I'm because like.
Sure.
Maybe we will cut it, but
right. No.
It sounds powerful.
Yeah, it's a really good card. Can you all see all these cards I'm adding? I hope so. Yeah, Better Skull is just tailor-made to go along with Stoneforge Mystic. Really powerful card. I don't necessarily see any direct synergy with Teysa, but it's just
it's token. And still gets lifelink and vigilance.
Yeah, it gets vigilance and lifelink. Oh. That's cute. Double vigilance, double vigilance,
double.
and double lifelink. Yeah. Okay. What else? So we got our card drawing with Skull Clamp. What are some other?
There is like when we talk about equipments, there is several equipments that just have dice trigger, like including the Blade of the Blood Chief, which could be good, I think. Even though Teysa is not a vampire, if I'm not mistaken.
No, she's a human advisor. Okay, Blade of the Blood Chief, 1 mana for equipment, 1 to equip, so super cheap. Whenever a creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on an equipped creature. If equipped creature's a vampire, put 2 counters on it instead. Yeah, that's a good one. I think that makes sense. You get the double counters even if it's not a vampire.
Yeah, and the other one I think is like Heirloom Blade, which if you have like certain tokens, you can get a lot of value, just like from Skullclamp.
Okay, let's see, Heirloom Blade. Whenever a equipped creature dies, you may reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card that shares a creature type with it. Put that card into your hand, the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. Yeah, I think that's a great one. I love the cheap equip cost too. It's just 1 to equip, and gives +3 power. So when you have even if you have a 1/1 ground creature token, if it has vigilance, lifelink, and it's a 4/2, I mean, that's pretty good.
Yes, certainly not looking that bad.
No.
God. Yeah. There is like, I don't know. There is like several ways that this deck can go, and
oh, you cut out for a second there. TukTuk. Oh. Hello? Hello. I see your lips moving, but I don't hear you anymore. Just bear with us. The other... Okay, while he's getting his microphone back, I'm gonna just... thinking like... Yeah, what are some other really good... Oh, you there?
Yeah.
There you are. Okay.
Okay, cool. Give me a second. I think I think I just got message from that I need to leave in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So TukTuk has to handle something over there, which is fine. Billy in the chat asks, what would we say the power level of this deck is? Does it have competitive viability? I guess it depends what you consider competitive. I think there are some really powerful synergies like we were talking about with Skull Clamp. Obviously, Teysa is a 4-mana commander, which is a little bit on the expensive side, especially for black-white, which not a lot of ramp. And no enters the battlefield effect. So she's kind of at an uphill position from, considering those factors. But yeah, I don't know. I like to... This is kind of like the perfect card for my style of play, because I like my commander to kind of be kind of the glue that holds like a engine together, and Teysa seems to be like a good candidate for that. I doubt, to be honest, it's going to be competitive on the level of like the top tier Duel Commander decks, like Teferi, Karizev, Najila, Yuriko, the stuff right now that's crushing. It's funny, there's like a Zap Masters tournament going on as we speak too, where all those decks are duking it out. But I think she's competitive enough. I mean, she's more competitive than like Prime Speaker or that new Zagana thing that was spoiled. So she's, I mean, like in the chat, or sorry, in the polls, she narrowly beat out Vanifar, the Simic one, and then Judith, and I think all three of those are fun build around commanders you could win games with. So we're gonna give it a shot. I don't know if that answers your question or not, Billy, but that's where we're at.
I think if your meta you play with play in at your meta is really red heavy, I think she could be really competitive. It's like vigilance and lifelink to your tokens just beats Karizev.
Yeah.
Well, I talked about it, right?
Right, and just being a 2/4, I mean, 4 toughness gets around a lot of the lightning strike and lightning bolt type effects really well. Hi, Aiden and Cluis. Aiden says Whisper is an interesting enabler for aristocrat engines. Do you know what do you mean by Whisper exactly? Do you know what he's talking about?
I think it's that enchantment that says that when your creature dies, opponents get control of it. I'm not sure.
Aiden, why don't you type the full card name that you're referring to? Whisper Blood Liturgist. Okay. That's right. I should know these cards. These are recent ones. All right. You can sacrifice 2 creatures to return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah. That could be cool. It's a little awkward that it competes with Teysa on the curve, but you kind of get it. You kind of got an engine going there.
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Let me I'm realizing that you guys might not be able to see. Okay, there it is. Whisper. Okay. Yeah, let's put them in. Like I said, we're considering everything right now. We're gonna make final cuts later, but anything that seems reasonable to put in Teysa, just shout it out, and we'll add it to the list here. This is organized by converted mana cost, and all the new cards we've added are on the bottom here so far. What about cards like Midnight Reaper? Do you know what that card is?
I'll know in a second.
It's just a new one from Guilds of Ravnica. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, it deals 1 damage to you and you draw a card. So
this one.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That sounds really good. Well, you would want him to be a token, but other than that, I think it's okay.
Right. Okay. Yeah. It's gonna be rare to like capitalize on both sides of Teysa. Like, there's some things that give you benefits for creatures dying, and there's some things that make tokens, and rarely will there be both. Actually, now that I just mentioned that, Doom Traveler seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, definitely. And there is the other one as well, right? The one Doom Traveler makes a zombie, right?
No, it makes a 1/1 spirit flying.
Oh, right. Sorry. Doom Traveler, right. Sorry. Then maybe Hunted Witness as well?
Hunted Witness. We got some...
It makes 1/1 soldier.
Oh, right. Yep. I think both of those are really good, especially with Skull Clamp, obviously. We got some really good suggestions from the chat here. Falconwrath Noble, Cluis suggested. I think that's a great idea. There's actually a few cards like that. So for those of you not aware, Falconwrath Nobles, one of those classic creatures where like you get to drain them for 1 every time a creature dies. So doubling up on that seems really strong. I mean, getting the extra trigger from Teysa. So whenever it or another creature dies, your target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Yep, and then Miki Nai just said that going along on those lines, Blood Artist and Zulaport Cutthroat. I could not agree more. I think those cards are great. Let's get those in there.
Then maybe also maybe Athros. If go that route.
Yep, I agree.
It's like not, but with proper creatures, it's pretty good.
Yeah, Athreos is interesting. Correct me if I'm wrong, level 1 judge TukTuk, but it says whenever a creature you own dies, return it to your hand unless target player pays 3 life. So they would have to pay 6 life if they wanted to pay life to stop your creature from going back to your hand, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Awesome. We have a ton of suggestions. I think I missed a few things here. Billy asks, are there any good effects if tokens die? I don't know if there's anything specifically oriented around tokens dying. Usually they say creatures in general.
Yeah, I think so. Like they either say creature or non-token creature, which is like not that good for us.
Right. And then we have suggestion of Phyrexian Altar and Ashnod's Altar. Yep, I totally agree with that. So here we have sacrifice engines, which is a whole another class of cards. I'm so particular with my art. Yeheni. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, well, I just missed a bunch of stuff. So we have other sacrifice outlets include Cartel Aristocrat, Viscera Seer, and Carrion Feeder. Those are all good suggestions.
Yeah, they are great. Especially Viscera Seer.
Yeah.
If you have creatures, you can dig so deep that you get to hell or something.
Yeah, you're going to get to scry one over and over and over again. Cartel Aristocrat. If anybody in the chat doesn't know what any of these cards do, just let me know and I'll zoom in on them. But we're getting a lot of great suggestions here really quickly, so I'm just going to try to get them all in. Grim Haruspex. Yeah, someone mentioned that earlier. That's another card like Midnight Reaper, but it doesn't cost you life, which could be critical because, you know, if Teysa's draining you for 2 every time a creature dies, that could just end up killing you too.
Yeah.
All these aristocrat cards. Alenda, the Dusk Rose. Seems good. Yeah, this one seems really synergistic. So she has lifelink herself. Whenever another creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Alenda. And then when Alenda dies, create X 1/1 white vampire creature tokens with lifelink, where X is Alenda's power. So double that.
It's powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, really powerful.
I'm so roller.
What?
I'm feeling that I play Chain Verla in my deck. I don't want to meet that.
Chainvel?
No. I'm really glad I play Chain Whirler in the Grenzo deck.
Oh.
Because I would eat that otherwise.
Yeah, for those of you just joining us, TukTuk is diehard goblin lover. Got some more good suggestions here. Victimize. That's a cool card. So choose 2 target creature cards in your graveyard. Sacrifice a creature. If you do, return the chosen cards to the battlefield tapped. Is that going to double up? Is that going to copy with Teysa?
No, because there is no trigger. It's the resolution of spell. But you can return something that when that dies, it doubles again. And because you just edit Elenda and the Doom Traveler and the Witness and everything like that, then there should be pretty like a lot of tokens that you can sacrifice and return something of more value.
Yeah, I agree. I think the card's definitely worth considering all the synergies with like exactly what you said. Okay, Hallowed Spirit Keeper.
Well, if that's the case, maybe Dread Return as well, because it's very similar to this.
Okay, yeah. Let me get Dread Return in there. Hallowed Spirit Keeper seems awesome. This is an interesting card. It's very strong on power level and just efficiency, but it's always one of those cards that never quite made the cut in any of my other decks. But I think this could be a good home for it. All right, Dread Return. Let's get you in there. This is kind of all these like indirect synergies, like you mentioned. You're already wanting to sacrifice creatures. You're already making a bunch of tokens. Dread Return. I mean, I love cards like that that kind of play off all the sweet stuff you're doing anyway. What else we got? Billy asks thoughts on Thoughtseize or Duress. Those cards are great. Maybe you missed the beginning part of the stream, but I started this list with a bunch of staples in black and white. So all these really powerful black and white cards that go in a lot of decks like Duress, Thoughtseize, Swords to Plowshares, Council's Judgment, etc. are already kind of preloaded. And let's see what else. Plague Crafter. Why is that not coming up? Did I spell it wrong?
Together.
Oh, it's one word. Okay.
One word.
Yeah, that's a solid card. Massacre Worm, extra 2 life on death. I don't know if it works like that.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, it does.
But you need the opponent's creatures to die.
Right, but I mean, if they even have like a couple creatures, that's probably enough to kill them.
Yeah, hopefully.
I like it. And Burial Rites for bringing creatures back suggests Aiden. It's a really strong card in black-white in general.
Yeah, I think that's very good. It depends if we have like multiple small creatures that we just want to sack for draining life from the opponents, or there are also some like higher end creatures that do something good when they die, like I don't know, Archon, for example.
The really expensive one, the like exile.
No. Like, exile, Archon of Justice.
Archon of Justice. I now that you mention, I think I know what this card is. Yeah, when it dies, you get to exile a permanent. Yeah, I'll exile 2 permanents. Sure, seems good. And then I added. Mick and I suggested Teysa Orzhov Scion as like a hidden commander. That's kind of cute. I like that. You can sacrifice 3 white creatures to remove target creature from the game, and then whenever another black creature you control is put into a graveyard from play, put a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying into play. Wow, that has a lot of synergy with the new Teysa. Pilfering Imp. So no, you're not going to get 2 cards off Pilfering Imp. I'll put it in there, but Cluis asks, if you activate Pilfering Imp, do you get to choose 2 cards? No. The only thing you double up on are these triggered abilities that say when such and such dies, or when a creature dies, either yours or your opponent's. Then you get to double that. But this is sacrificing as part of a activated ability cost, so that's not going to double up. But
yeah, but I really like Kitesail freebooter creatures. Because if we have like so many stack outlets, it should be quite like that before resolve the battling of the opponent's card, so it's exiled forever. Do you know what I mean? Was it?
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I don't know if it works with this one. Does it work with this? I know it worked with old cards like Mesmeric Fiend because it was two separate.
Yeah, not Kitesail Freebooter, right?
Okay.
Mesmeric Fiend, and then the he. I think that's already in the staples.
Tidehollow Sculler.
How is it called? Yes, that's the one.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I like that. So one thing I thought of, just as far as lands go, I didn't add these yet, but Phyrexian Tower.
Right, yeah, for sure, and Diamond Volley.
Diamond Valley. Ooh, that's a spicy one. Doesn't make mana though. Did you say High Market?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. These are really great sack outlets. Diamond Valley, if you're not familiar, is a super old card. You can just tap, sack a creature, gain life equal to its toughness. Doesn't tap for mana though, but still might be worth it. All right.
Also, when we talked about the Mesmeric Fiend, there is like several creatures that when they die, opponent discards a card. There is like the Black Cat, I think. Yeah, Black, which could be pretty good. And there is like, I think, one or two more that do that.
Yeah, I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I think Black Cat is a perfect example.
Black and Ashen Skin Zubera.
Wow, you have quite the encyclopedic.
No, I actually search for all the cards that say dice, and then order them I separated creatures and ordered them by mana cost. So I have it in front of me, all of them.
Nice.
Search in that.
We'll get there one way or another. You did your research. Good job. Okay, we have a bunch of more suggestions here. Fiend Hunter I added in along the same lines of getting to exile something permanently because
nice.
There's two separate triggers on that one.
I haven't thought about that.
Yeah. And Hangerback Walker, I think that's shoe-in, honestly. That seems like a super great addition to this deck.
Yeah, when I was looking at the Hangerback Walker, I think that's the only card that like allows to play modular as like potential part of the deck, because modular is the die trigger, and if you would all the modular triggers on Hangerback Walker and then sacrifice him, you would get ton and ton of 1/1 tokens. But I think like that's the only that allows modular to be viable at all.
Yeah, that's interesting to think about, but I'm envisioning having a tough time finding enough other like artifact creatures.
Yeah, you just need blue, I think, for blue or red for artifacts.
Yeah. Cool. What else? We have Angel of Serenity. It's a bit expensive, but let's see. Yeah, the thing is with this one, you don't really want to sacrifice it with the trigger on the stack because you're already paying 7 mana and you're getting a 5/6. So
yeah,
we'll put it in there. Andrew asked, we're missing the Fiend Hunter synergy. The synergy, there's no set direct synergy with Teysa. It's just we're gonna have a lot of sack outlets, so this kind of becomes a free exile a creature effect. Plus, it makes a creature die for various other things like Aetherios and stuff like that. Leonin Relic Warder.
I need to run, and hopefully in like 10 or 15 minutes I'll be back. Okay?
No problem.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Thanks. Take care. yeah, so TukTuk's going to be back in 10 minutes or so. And in the meantime, we have some more good suggestions from chat. Arena Rector and Academy Rector. These are good cards. I think they're both worth running. Although you were not going to actually get two triggers off of Teysa, specifically because they say, I looked this up beforehand actually, because this is one of the first things I thought about too. When Arena Rector dies, you may exile it. If you do, search your library for a Planeswalker card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. That if you do clause means that like you're going to get the first one, but then the die trigger will go on the stack twice from Teysa, but you can't exile a creature if it's already exiled. So yeah, Billy explained it nicely there. But that being said, I still think they're worth running in this deck. So that means we kind of need to get some sweet Planeswalkers and enchantments if we want to run them, which is pretty nice. Yeah, more is good stuff. But yeah, no. I mean, we're going to have a lot of sack outlets, so getting a 4-mana Planeswalker or a 4-mana, like, Overwhelming Splendor seems pretty good to me. Kokusho. Yeah, buddy, that's what I'm talking about. Kokusho the Evening Star. Drain him for 10. I like that a lot. When it dies, opponent loses 5 life, you gain 5 life. So why not make it 10 and 10? And then, like every Sorin ever. Yeah, the Sorins make a lot of sense, especially not Sorin Markov, I don't think, but I don't even know. I don't think Sorin Grim Nemesis either, but like Sorin Lord of Innistrad seems really good. We haven't really played up a lot of the token aspect of this yet, but you get you can +1 to give it a 1/1 black vampire token with lifelink, and then Teysa will give it vigilance. But then even better, you get an emblem with creature tokens you control, get +1/+0, and that doesn't even kill Sorin to get that emblem immediately. So that's pretty cool. Sorin Solemn Visitor. Yeah, this is really nice too because you can pump out at least two black vampire tokens, and these don't have. I mean, they benefit a lot from that ability of Teysa to give them lifelink and vigilance. I mean, it's so great. You can protect your planeswalkers, you can gain some life. So yep, Mickey and I, let's get that solemn visitor in there. Snea says Driver of the Dead. I don't remember what this one does. When it dies, you get to return target creature card with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Ooh, that could be kind of cool. Enable some loops. All right, let's go down to this token path because we didn't really touch on that too much. We did a decent amount with like the dies triggers. So Chloe suggested Elspeth, Sun's Champion. I think that's a really powerful card. Let's get that in there. Yeah, just pretty straightforward raw power. Giving those tokens vigilance and lifelink is really strong. One thing I thought of no one mentioned yet is just Bitter Blossom. I know maybe you assumed I had it as part of my staples, but I actually didn't, because for some reason I don't play this card in all my black decks. But I think Bitter Blossom makes so much sense. Like, you're giving your tokens lifelink, so that totally negates the life loss of the Bitter Blossom every upkeep. And them having vigilance is really nice, so you can chump block that much easier. Decide between attacking and blocking, you can do both. So like on that note, like flying tokens seem really good with the lifelink. Yeah, what else makes flying tokens? In the meantime, Chloe suggested Grave Pact and Dictative Erebos. Yeah. These cards seem pretty awesome. They both do the same thing, essentially. They force your opponent to sack a creature whenever you sack a creature, or whenever a creature you control dies. Each opponent sacks a creature. Okay. TukTuk had to leave. He's gonna have to recall me when he gets back. That's okay. Yeah. Making ISIS, we probably need to lower the curve. We haven't even started cutting cards yet. Yeah, that's okay. We will do that eventually, and I agree. I think the curve is a little high, especially around like 3 and 4. But the way I'm gonna do this is once we kind of peter out on like these cards we're considering, I'm going to kind of make it a separate little list, and then we're just gonna put cards that we know we're gonna play for sure, like Doom Traveler, for example. It's like such an obvious include in this deck. I'm gonna put that in the list, and then everything that's not like a slam dunk, definitely gonna play. Then we'll just cut it out. So it works pretty well. I've deck built this way before, and it works pretty well. Snea says, does Vindictive Lich trigger twice? For a single death. I think it does trigger twice. It seems like a sweet one. I never really had a great home for this in Duel Commander. So Vindictive Lich, when it dies, choose one or more. Each mode must target a different player. Yeah, this should definitely copy itself. So you can have them sack 2 creatures, discard 4 cards, or lose 10 life. Yeah, that seems amazing. Or any combination of the two. Ashen Rider is not in the deck yet. I alluded to it earlier, but I didn't end up getting it in there. But that card is super sweet. 8 mana for a 5/5 flyer. When it enters the battlefield or dies, exile target permanent. So you can get 2 things on the way out. It might be a little expensive, but we'll put it in. We'll keep it in this considerations list for now, for sure. I'm trying to think of some more cards that make like tokens, so we can kind of play off the token aspect a little bit. Beshek asked, how about the Reanimation enchantments and Leonin Relic Warder? Oh, like Animate Dead, Leonin Relic Warder combo? Yeah, I gotta think about how that works again. I don't know if I've actually built a deck with it in mind. Do you get like infinite sacrifice triggers? Like if you have Ashnod's Altar, do you get like infinite colorless? Okay. Sorry, got a little distracted. Reanimate is not in the deck yet, but I think that does make sense. Especially, I like this card a lot. It's just like a value card, even if you're just getting back a cheap creature. So let's get Reanimate in there. Wormcoil Engine and Black Market. Those both make sense. Ugh, ugly. Okay, let's get a nice looking one there. Black Market is a really sweet card. I think it's a lot better in multi-EDH than Duel Commander, but you might find a place. Infinite dying triggers. Oh, okay, that's right. Kind of loop the Relic Warder and the Animate Dead. Yeah, and we're going to have a lot of those Zulaport Cutthroat type cards. We already have 3 at least. I don't know if there's more. Blood Artist, Zulaport Cutthroat, and Falconwrath Noble. Razaketh the Foul-Blooded. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense if we're reanimating anyway. Oops, spelled it wrong. You guys are coming up with a lot of great suggestions. This is awesome. So Razaketh, 8/8 Demon, Flying Trample, pay 2 life, sack a creature, get to Demonic Tutor for a card. Doom Dissenter. Yeah, Doom Dissenter. This is actually the exact type of cards that are perfect. Cheap cards that are like creatures that die into tokens. Those are like perfect, in my opinion, like the perfect type of cards to go with the new Teysa. So keep thinking of cards like this, guys. We already have Doom Traveler and Hunted Witness. Dark Prophecy and Death Greeter. This is a dangerous one. Whenever a creature you control dies, draw a card and lose a life. We already have Grim Haruspex and Midnight Reaper, which are kind of similar. Triple black is pretty rough too, but we'll put it in there for now. Death Greeter. Whenever a creature dies, you gain a life, so gain 2 life. Teysa. Carrier Thrall. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. I like that a lot. Because you have 2 Eldrazi Scions, both of which can sack for a colorless, so you can ramp. Ooh yeah, Pawn of Ulamog. You guys are thinking of some really good ones. Whenever it or another non-token creature you control dies, put a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn. This one's a spawn into play, so you get 2 of those. Elder Cathar. Let's get that one in there. When it dies, you get a +1/+1 on a creature. If it's a human, put 2 counters on it instead. Yeah, you could put. I mean, Teysa herself was a human, which is kind of nice. Elgod Inquisitor. I'm not remembering. I kind of vaguely remember these cards, but all right, a lot of Innistrad block shenanigans here. 2/2 lifelink. When it dies, you get a 1/1 spirit token. Oh, there's another one. There's another one that makes 2 1/1 flying spirits when it dies. That's probably even better. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it's from Innistrad, like the original Innistrad. If you guys know, just let me know in the chat. Beshek's Dance of the Dead. So Dance of the Dead and Necromancy is other ways to combo with Leon and Relic Warder, I assume. God, that's such tiny text. Alright, I'm going to assume it's like an Animate Dead effect. Necromancy. I know this card from Cube. Andrew asks, does Sidisi Undead Vizier work? Let's find out. When exploits a creature. That's a good question. Search your library for a card, put it into your hand. But it's, I think it does, actually. I think it does work. If you have any judges, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you do get to, like, Demonic Tutor twice with Sidisi and exploit stuff. That one I'm not 100% sure about. BMOM says Viscera Seer. Yep, that's a great one. We already added that a little bit earlier, so one of our premier cheap sack outlets. Flesh Carver. Yeah, I love this card. I actually run it in braids, but I think it's even better here. There's like multiple synergies here with Teysa, because you can sacrifice a creature. Actually, no. Basically, it's a sack outlet, plus it gives you double the horror creature tokens when it dies. It's no problem, BMO. Want to make sure we get everything. Wow, we got just a flood of suggestions here. We're going to ask TukTuk when he gets back, because he's a judge about exploit, whether you get to double up on exploit. I'm not sure there's other really good exploit cards besides Sidisi. I mean, there's that Aven, but I don't think that's probably worth it. Zathrid Necromancer. Yeah. Nice. I wonder if this works with Teysa herself. I don't know if she sees herself dying, because she is a human. Like, but no, she wouldn't die. Like, you'd have to not put her in the command zone for that to even have a chance to work. But still, that card might be fine. Deadly Grub. Wow, we're going deep here, guys. When Deadly Grub dies, if it had no time counters, put a 6/1 green insect creature token into play with. This creature can't be the target of spells or abilities. That's awesome. The problem is having the Vanishing 3. I mean, you're probably not going to get to time that really well. Desperate Sentry. Ooh, I like this one. This one dies into a 3/2 colorless Eldrazi Horror. I'd take 2 of those. That's a pretty strong token. Mausoleum Guard. I think that's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, this one. It dies into 2/1/1 white spirit token creatures with flying. I really like this one. When it dies, you basically get 4 1/1 flyers that are going to have lifelink and vigilance with Teysa out, so that's like really sweet. Oh, Minister of Pain. Forgot about that card. This could be nice against Najila, which has been really annoying me lately, that Najila deck. Not only does it kill Najila, well, it kills all the warriors that she makes and Najila. Oh, it says, Beshek says he talked to MTG Rules Chat and exploit triggers do not get doubled. That's unfortunate, so probably not going to go with the Minister of Pain given that, but we might, we'll keep it in there for now. All right, Golden Guardian. When it dies, no, you can fight another creature you control. When it dies, return to battlefield transformed. I don't think you're gonna. I don't think you get to copy this because it's just a single card. It's not like you can make a token out of nowhere of Goldforge Garrison. So I don't think that works. Oh, Requiem Angel. Yeah, somebody. I think I sneaked a peek of some crazy combo with like. Oh! I know what it was. Okay, a lot of good suggestions coming in, but so Requiem Angel interestingly says whenever another non-spirit creature you control dies, put a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying onto the battlefield. And that's interesting wording because usually cards like this say non-token, but it says non-spirit. So the combo was Divine Visitation, which I can't believe we hadn't thought about yet. I mean, I thought about it before, but I just spaced. But this card seems absolutely insane. So all your tokens become 4/4 white angels with flying and vigilance. So basically, you have a sack outlet, you have Requiem Angel. You really don't even need Teysa for this synergy to work. You just have Requiem Angel, Divine Visitation, and like a sack outlet. You can get like infinite sack, benefits like mana off of Ashnod's Altar, or if you have a Blood Artist in play, you can just drain them. Yeah, Requiem Angel. That's. I never really considered this card before, but like once you change the creature type of your token, all of a sudden you open up all these possibilities, which are really sweet. Oh, I had a thought and then I lost it. Ancient Stone Idol. 12/12 Flash Trample costs 1 less to cast for each attacking creature. When it dies, create a 6/12 token with Trample. It's a good die trigger. I just think it's not very realistic to get to this amount of mana in Duel Commander. You might get attacked by like 2 things on average, and even then, I mean, it's going to be 8 mana. All right, TukTuk's back. I'm going to get him back on the call. Just bear with me real quick. Hopefully, yeah, there we go. Martyr of Dusk. Ooh, that's a good suggestion, Cluis. There he is.
Hey, how are you? See some cards there.
We had a very productive session while you were gone.
Okay, I don't know how should I take it, but
yeah. Once you left the room, we all of a sudden all the light bulbs went off in our heads. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
We had an interesting question about exploit, whether or not exploit worked with Teysa's ability, but I think you can back Beshek up on this that it does not trigger twice. He said
no, not because you exploit it only once. So it's like it triggers from the sack. It does not trigger from the die.
There you go. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
because it says that when something exploits a creature, and exploits is when this enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a creature. So there is nothing to say that like anything in the play, it wouldn't. It still would trigger, but the Teysa would not work at all.
Okay, cool. Thanks for clarifying that again.
I'm not sure that was clarifying. I think that was just babbling. But okay, thanks.
Well, I'm convinced exploit doesn't work. That's all I need to know. Noxious Toad. Whoa, portal card. What does this one do? When it's put into your discard pile from play, your opponent chooses and discards a card from his or her hand. Okay, so it's like a much worse Black Cat, but technically it does get doubled up by Teysa, even though the card says discard pile, which is kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
Ogre Slumlord. Whenever another non-token creature dies, put a 1/1 black rat creature token onto the battlefield. Rats you control of Death Touch. Ooh, I like that.
Okay.
That's a double synergy right there.
So for the how do you say it? Ralza. Damn it. The demon that just you pay 2 life and sacrifice a creature and tutor for something.
Yep, Razakat the Foul-Blooded. Already.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah.
No way I pronounced that.
I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. BMO asks, what about Lingering Souls? Yeah, Lingering Souls was in there. I considered that like a staple in my black-white deck, but of course, I know there's 176 cards out here, so I forgive you for not seeing that already. But yeah, Lingering Souls is like slam dunk auto include, I think. Hunted Witness, Rock Egg, and Belfry Spirit.
Oh, Rock Egg is great.
We already have Hunted Witness in there.
Yes.
Rock Egg. Oh yeah. Rock Egg, you get 2 3/3 white bird tokens with Fang, and then the tokens will have Vigilance and Lifelink. Sounds good to me. Man, I totally forgot about that card. Hi, Gonzalo.
Well, when we talk about Rock Egg, then maybe Desperate Sentry. I'm not sure if you edited it already or not, but Desperate Sentry is very similar to this.
Yep, we got Desperate Sentry in there a few minutes ago.
Cool.
And then Belfry Spirit. Hey, Tony Crawford, thanks for subscribing. Welcome to Duelcaster Mage. Glad to have you. Belfry Spirit. Ooh. Got Haunt, the original Orzhov mechanic. When it ETBs or the creature it haunts is put into a graveyard, you get 2 1/1 black bat creature tokens with flying. Kind of like that.
Yeah.
I think I'm down. Right Turner asks, shouldn't we be making cuts instead of adding? Well, the eternal struggle here. Yeah, no, there's going to be a lot of painful cuts to this deck. I can tell you that right now with 100% certainty. But
the main thing that should be that we should decide what it should be, if it's like value or tokens or something like that, because I don't know. It just feels like that.
Yeah, that's a good point. So it's going to be tough to I how to put this. I don't know. Get full value off of every single card here. It's either like most of them are either helping with the token synergy or the death trigger synergy, and they're not always in the same category. So we got to decide kind of where we want to go with that. As far, and also just in general, like how far you want to play quote unquote bad cards just because they're good with Teysa, because you can't always count on Teysa staying alive, especially in Duel Commander. So have feel free to state your piece in the chat. Snea says it's a pleasure to help. Yeah, I am absolutely blown away by the by you guys and your interaction so far. I'm really excited with how this is going, and having a lot of fun. So thanks for joining us again. What else we got here? Pack Rat.
Pack Rat sounds really cool, especially like if we play higher end spells, then with Reanimation, it should be really powerful, and it's powerful on its own. So it sounds really good.
Yeah, I agree. Pack Rat, I mean, there's so many things going for it. One, like you said, it's really good on its own. Like, you could play this card. I mean, people played this in 39 Swamps in a draft deck, and they crushed back in the day. So that speaks to its power level. With Teysa, you get double the rats.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
You don't.
Sorry.
You don't get the rats, but they have Vigilance and Lifelink.
Right. Sorry. Yep. Which is amazing when you have a giant rat army. I mean, of course. And it's just a good card. Yeah, I'm down for Pack Rat. And yeah, oh, sorry. What I was going to say is it does have synergy with the Reanimation. Although I think it's going to be really tough to try to fit Reanimation package plus tokens plus Death Trigger package in all one deck. I mean, that's going to, plus, staples like Swords to Plowshares and stuff, but we'll do our best. Polluted Dead. I don't know. I can't think of that one off the top of my head.
Polluted Dead. It's like for 5 mana, 3/3. When it dies, destroy target land.
Okay, that's something.
You can just suck it over and over, I guess, and just destroy their whole. Just have a little Armageddon on their side of the field.
Sure, why not? I'm as big a fan of Mana Denial as anyone else. Ghoul Caller Gissa. Hello, Gonzalo, by the way. Glad to have you back. There she is. I should probably save this so I don't lose my progress. Okay. One thing is funny is that I didn't mention this before, but Teysa Karlov. Can you guys I feel like I'm okay. Teysa Karlov has my initials, my actual name, because my name's Tyler Kimball, and the number of letters in her first name and her last name is exactly the same as mine. So I thought that was kind of amusing. Anyway, Ghoul Caller Gissa, 5 mana for a 3/4, and you can pay a black, tap, sacrifice another creature, put X 2/2 black zombies into play where X is the sacrifice creature's power. Yeah, that could work. Yeah, Tony, we already have Elenda and Hangerback Walker in the deck. So, what about? I think we're still lacking a little bit on the token producers, especially cheap token producers. I added Bitter Blossom while you were gone, TukTuk, and yeah, some more stuff along these lines. Any ideas?
I do. I think maybe is it called I cannot pronounce that. ELGAUD. Inquisitor.
Oh yeah, we added that one while you were gone too. Thanks.
Oh, okay. Damn it.
No, people are joining it at all times, so they're gonna have a lot of good suggestions that we already thought of, but that's all good.
Sandrit Necromancer.
Undead Necromancer.
Xatrit. I don't know how to pronounce those names. Xathrit.
I don't know how to pronounce it either, but we already have that one in there. Zathrid.
Oh.
I call it Zathrid. I don't know if that's right, but
okay.
Legion's Landing is a good one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Definitely. I had to. Ophiomancer. I love that card. This is one of my pet cards. You just keep putting 1/1 snakes with Death Touch into play every upkeep if you have no other snakes. Rotlung Reanimator. Yep. We have Mikaeus. Mikaeus the Unhallowed, I assume. Give all your things undying. Alright, I'll put it in there.
Well, the humans, right?
I think non-humans, so yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Carrier Thrall we already added. That's a good suggestion. I think that's definitely going to make the cut. Myrcire.
Myrcire, yeah, is good. That's really good. And Martyr of Dusk.
Yep, we got that one. Sacred.
Sultai.
What'd you say?
Sultai Emissary.
Ooh.
It's when it dies, you how is it? You manifest the top card of your library.
Yeah, this card's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that card. Liliana, Heretical Healer.
Oh yeah, that's really good. That's super good. Because you get two zombies instead of just one. If I'm not mistaken.
I think so. Yeah. Okay. Phyrexian Reclamation. I'm not sure I see this energy. You want to explain that one, Cluis?
Sorry.
We're looking at Phyrexian Reclamation.
Not sure you get Phyrexian. I guess you just returned the Phyrexian Reclamation.
All right, we'll toss it in there for now. Ooh, I like Kajeldor and Outpost.
Well, because Phyrexian Reclamation, the main thing is just the mana and then the life, and with your token having lifelink, it's really minding to life.
Sure, I can see it.
And with, I guess, sacrifice.
You're cutting in and out again. TukTuk.
4 mana. You can. Yeah, you too right now.
Okay. Yeah. I see that the life link on the tokens is really nice with that. Death's Head Buzzard and Havoc Demon. We're going deep now. I'm a little worried about Death's Head killing our own creatures.
What killing?
Death's Head Buzzard.
Oh.
This 2/1 flyer for 3 mana, dies. All creatures get -1/-1 until end of turn. I think we're scraping a little bit at the bottom of the barrel as far as the death triggers go.
Pontiff then, because for your opponents.
Oh yeah, someone mentioned that earlier and I forgot to put it in. But Orzhov Pontiff's a great one. Zealous. How about Zealous Persecution? We haven't really talked about instants and sorceries much, but it says until end of turn, creatures you control get +1/+1, and creatures your opponents control get -1/-1 for just 2 mana.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
especially for the token route.
Yeah,
sounds really good.
Speaking of like tokens, black-white tokens, what are some other just like generically good cards in black-white token stacks?
I think those enchantments that when this opponent sacrifices a creature, what are they?
Grave Pact?
Yes, and the other one for 5 mana, Erebos something.
Yep. Dictate of Erebos.
Dictate of Erebos.
Yep, we got those in there.
Cool.
What about like what's that one enchantment that gives creature tokens +1/+1 in vigilance for 2 mana? The white enchantment something.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
All right. Well, there's like
intangible.
Intangible virtue.
Intangible. Yeah.
That's right. And then you have Glorious Anthem. Yeah, I like Intangible Virtue even better probably because it's just cheaper, and you still get the vigilance even if Teysa dies. Yep. Nice. Okay. What are we missing here? I mean, we have a lot of we have a lot of cards that can go in one of 3 directions, like the death triggers, the tokens, and the reanimation. What about? I think we're pretty well covered on those, maybe perhaps, but like, what about just generically good cards in black white? I mean, I already had a few of these staples, but like, there's some cards like Bitter Blossom that I didn't have in my staples list, but are just like really solid. Hey Xander, how you doing? We're building Teysa live on stream. Glad to have you. Let me see.
That really depends on what strategy you want. It's like because there is staples for tokens, staples for reanimation, staples for value.
Well, what do you think? What do you think personally? Like the best direction is to go? Like, do you want to lean hard on the death triggers, or do you want to go with more tokens?
I think tokens could be quite strong, but yeah, I think tokens could be. It's like there's so many things that just works with tokens, especially in white, just like anthems that gives them +1/+1 and stuff like that. It's just really hard to pass. And for reanimation, if you want reanimation, then you really like want to do the like some blue route that lets you filter through cards more than just white and black lets you. And it's just I think you need blue for reanimation mainly.
I kind of I agree. I think you can get there with like black green too, but like blue black is kind of like classic. Green black allows you to have cards like Survival of the Fittest, which are great. But white black, it's a lot more difficult, I think, with white black to really cheat a creature in play.
Or you need to have just some commander like Sidisi that lets you tutor for the combo piece or for the combo piece. I think reanimation is combo. so that lets you do the 4 combo piece, or the missing piece of it, and without that, without either like some really good card filters or some really strong commander that lets you have the thing that you need for the deck, for reanimation, it's just not that viable.
Yeah, I agree. Totally. Xander suggested Harvester of Souls. That's cool. Another effect where we draw cards when something dies, without the life loss of Midnight Reaper, I should add. I'm looking at my other list here, and I see like just kind of like tier 2 staples. I see Secure the Waste. That could be a nice way to make tokens.
Oh yeah. Then maybe the Miracle one.
The what?
The Miracle that lets you make tokens.
Entreat the Angels?
Yes, that's the card.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, Xander, you sweet summer child. We went into detail on Skullclamp was the first thing we talked about here. No, that's... Abusing Skullclamp is going to be like one of the main routes to victory in this deck. Yep, we got Entreat the Angels now. Okay. I think we're kind of... Oh, wait, Brimaz, King of Oreskos. That makes tokens.
Right. It's true.
It's just a strong card. I'm just looking at my other list here. Monastery Mentor. What do you guys think of Eily Eternal Pilgrim as like a sacrifice outlet? It's a pretty efficient creature.
What about Spawning Pit when we talk about tokens and sacrifice outlets?
Yeah. I like that it's free, I think, right? Oh, it's free to sacrifice a creature.
Yeah.
Yeah, remove 2 charge counters to put a 2/2 spawn artifact creature into play. Yeah, I like that card. Trying to just see what other token makers I have here. Banalish Marshal does pump your whole team, but its triple white is pretty rough.
Yeah, that's not, I think, feasible, really.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, the Bloodline, but that's just not that great. It could be good for the reanimation route, but...
What about Oketra's Monument? I like that card a lot.
Yeah, I need to suggest that. And Skirkridge Exhumer. Maybe.
Skirk Ridge Exhumer?
Yeah, it makes goblins.
Ooh. And they have a death trigger. It gets both of our Teysa abilities going. BMO asked if we have Phyrexian Tower. Yep, we do have Phyrexian Tower. Any other lands besides Phyrexian Tower, Diamond Valley, High Market, and Kajeldorn Outpost we want to add? Besides the obvious dual lands and stuff?
I think there was one, but I will remember later, probably.
There's one from like Shadows of Innistrad at like 5 mana tap, you make a 1/1, and then you can like transform it into like a 9/7 lifelink. Do you know what I'm talking about? What is that one called?
Oh, yeah, the damn it. It's called
something with a W, I think. Westvale Abbey. There we go.
Yeah.
Thanks, Cluis.
That's the one.
Yeah, this card's great. Any other lands that make tokens or just provide value in other ways? We already have
Forbidden
What?
Forbidden Orchard?
No.
How deep you want to go with the blood artist and stuff like this?
Ooh, that's deep. That's really deep.
Yeah, really deep. Too deep, I think.
Yeah, probably too deep. All right. Okay. Well.
Oh, do we have the enchantments?
What enchantments?
Sorry, one more time.
Which enchantments?
It was recently printed. 4 mana when effect would make under your control, you make double the tokens.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure.
From Amonkhet, I think. Anointed Procession.
Anointed. Yeah.
Yep, Xander, we have balance in there. That's like my top white card in my staples list.
Tainted Field.
Tainted Field is just a dual land that makes black or white if you already have a swamp. I find that that one's a little bit weaker. It can be liability if you draw it without another swamp, like if you have Isolated Chapel in it or some other dual land. So yeah, it's worth considering, but I think there's enough good dual lands that are better than Tainted Field that I'm probably not going to run that one.
Yep.
Okay, let me just take a quick look at my other black cards, and then we'll start to make some cuts. Springjack Pasture. Ooh, I love that one. I love that card. The problem with Springjack Pasture though is that tokens are 0 power, so you're not getting any benefit off the lifelink. Not really vigilance either, for that matter. Anointer Priest. Ooh, I just thought of a card too. What's that one card that's like, whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain a life. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under their control, they lose a life.
Oh, that was from Phyrexia, right?
Yeah. New Phyrexia.
And it was definitely white for 2 mana, and it's called Suture Priest.
That's what it is. That seems like it could be good. And we are Militia Captain. Okay, I like these 2 drops. We're really choked up on 3 right now, so.
It would probably be possible to build with her like zombie tribal.
Yeah. There's so many things. This cutting process is going to be painful. There's so many directions you can go with it, and we have like dabbled our feet into like every single one of them, except for maybe zombie tribal. Right or no? Do we want to do more Fleshbag Marauder type creatures? I don't know if I want to go too hard in that direction.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's okay, but what about Cathodion?
Yeah. Get 6 mana.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you play
one as...
Then you play your Sushi.
Sorry?
Suchi. It's a 4. It's like a 4 mana Cathodian. When it dies, you get 4 mana. It's a 4/4 for 4. Weird card. What?
Meta Reshaper.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. I like that one.
Yeah, that one sounds really good.
That's a good one. Good death trigger.
And there is like also Peril Smear. I don't know how
Perilous.
If you want to go on that, like for 2 mana 1/1, when it dies, deal 2 damage to any target.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Just not good how good that is.
It's worth considering. Oof, man.
Do we have Mage in there?
Sorry?
Do we have Vindictive Lich in there?
Yeah, I love that one. Some chat suggested it.
Yeah.
That seems like a great a great slam dunk. Grave Titan?
Nice.
Just how about Grave Titan?
Yeah, more than good. And Treasure Keeper.
Treasure Keeper.
It's just like the Eldrazi, but on dice trigger as well, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm looking at my other list here. I'm not seeing a whole lot else. What's the white black? Yeah. Oh,
God.
Campaign of Vengeance. Do you know what that one is?
What?
Whenever a creature you control attacks, defending player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. It's a 5-mana enchantment.
God.
Nah, probably not good enough.
No? Okay.
I didn't have to make you say it. I'll say it myself. Okay. All right. I think we should move on to the cutting cards. Maybe. You think we're ready to get there?
Yeah, I think like you have like 217 cards right there.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, this is gonna be tough. What?
And I bet you didn't even edit like the colorless staples to the list.
I had the colorless staples that I had in my template from like, I don't know, the really good ones like Skull Clamp, Jite, Lightning Greaves, some of those equipment, Tangle Wire.
Cool.
But I didn't look. We did add like Worm Coil Engine, some other stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Ashnod's Altar we added.
That sounds good.
What about Retrofitter Foundry? That makes tokens.
Sorry, what it is?
Retrofitter Foundry. It's a 1-mana artifact that lets you pay 2 and a tap to create a 1/1 servo. And you can sack a servo to make a Thopter, and then you can sack a Thopter to get a 4/4 construct.
That doesn't seem really good.
Yeah. All right.
2 mana intensive.
Yeah. I agree. I'm grasping at straws here. Okay, let's make some cuts. What about... Okay, I just saw another card. Eldrazi Monument.
That sounds actually good. That sounds okay, yeah.
Yeah, because you can... It's a sack outlet of sorts, you know, even though it's slow, and then everything else is flying and indestructible and +1/+1.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, let's make some cuts. So let's just let's go through each of these columns by converted mana cost and just decide which cards are so obviously good that there's no way we would like consider cutting them. And then I'll mark them down and then we'll cut everything else out. Can you see
Else? Wow.
Can you see my screen? Yeah.
Okay, Viscera Seer is like definitely keeping that one, I think.
Agreed. Doom Traveler.
With them, sorry.
Doom's Traveler.
It depends what we want. If you want the tokens route or the value card.
I think that one goes on both axes. Because
Really?
yeah, it's a death trigger and you get a token.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, I feel like the value route is more mid-rangey, I guess, and also wants to do stuff even without Teysa, like more than the token route.
Okay.
I'm not sure that's correct, but
so you're in favor of the death trigger route more than the token route?
Not really. I'm just saying that Doom Traveler, I wouldn't play him in the value, but he's super good in token. It's just yeah, there's somebody saying that it's not really, the death trigger is not really good. The route of the death trigger. I don't know. I think the token route is better, actually.
Yeah.
I that direction.
Right. I agree. So that's good. We can go toward the token route. Wim asks if we're doing this in the XMage.today server. No, Teysa has not been implemented on XMage yet. I just put an image up so you can see on my overlay, but there's no way to actually play Teysa on XMage yet, even on the XMage.today server, the beta server. But you would agree that you would play Doom Traveler in the token deck, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So I'm gonna go down this list, starting with the one drops. Actually, the 0 drops, because I know we have Hangerback Walker. I think that's our only 0 drop was Hangerback Walker.
Yeah, probably.
But I think that's a very strong card. So would you agree with adding that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's super good.
All right, we got Hangerback Walker, Doom Traveler, Carrion Feeder.
That's the sack outlet? Yeah, that's really good.
Sack outlet that gives it a +1/+1 counter.
I think all the free sack outlets, if they cost, I don't know, 2 or less mana, it's just auto include.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, Duress.
Yes, but now it depends what we are scared of. And I think like token route would be most scared of the Wrath of God or something like that. So I'm for Duress. I love that card.
Yeah, I'm too, and I would be scared of Wrath of God type effects. So I'm gonna put Duress in for now. Oh, Wim says there are some cards implemented on the XMage.today server. It's possible. We could play with Teysa like very shortly here if we use the beta server. I never really thought about that, but
cool.
Yeah. Cluis asks, is Mana Crypt banned in 1v1? Yes, Mana Crypt and a lot of those ridiculous cheap fast mana rocks are banned. All right, Enlightened Tutor. Do we want Enlightened Tutor?
For Skull Clamp, sure.
Right, you can get Skull Clamp with it, along with all those nutty like Eldrazi Monument or Wormcoil Engine and something. Okay, I don't think we're gonna run. I don't think this is an expedition map deck. Fatal Push.
I'm not sure about Fatal Push. I think it kills most of the commanders.
The thing is, Revolt is really easy to turn on in this deck when you have all these sacrifice outlets, so that could be pretty strong.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, I'm gonna put Fatal Push in there. Hunted Witness.
It's similar to Doom Traveler, and but so that's it.
I just think we're like gonna struggle for like cheap cards, so I think I'm gonna put it in there for now. Inquisition.
Yeah, that's super good.
Yeah. No on land tax. Legion's Landing, I think, probably deserves a slot.
Yeah.
Mana Tithe. Yeah.
I like the card, but I'm not sure it fits in there.
Yeah, I agree. Mind Twist.
It depends what Scoutlets do we play.
I know.
If we play like the Phyrexian, how do you say it? Phyrexian
Altar or
right. Then it's super good and definitely in, but
the land.
Super cool. It's just I don't know.
Phyrexian Tower.
I play it because it's busted, but it's like playing balance.
Right. All right. It's hard to not play Mind Twist when you're black.
Exactly.
Cluis, Winter Orb is actually not banned in Duel Commander. Believe it or not.
Yeah, I think just like with balance, you need a reason not to play it, and not a reason like
to play it.
It's round.
Mother of Ruins.
Definitely. We need to protect Teysa, right?
Yeah. I kind of skipped over Benevolent Bodyguard, which is a similar type thing, but I don't know if this is a Benevolent Bodyguard deck.
Yeah, well, it sucks itself, right?
It does. I don't know that it doesn't have any synergy with Teysa. I mean, I guess it synergizes with Grave Pact.
Yeah. Fuck. This is bad.
I know. Let's if we're like not 100% on something, let's just move on and put a different card down. So Oust, I don't think we need Oust. Path to Exile, I don't really think we need that either because we're black. We can play like Go for the Throat or something.
Okay, fair enough.
Reanimate. Here's a decision point.
Yeah, I think so. I would leave it in there. So for now, it's like reanimating something that gives you more token is just really good. Or even like reanimating like killed take it. Reanimating anything is good. It's like
yeah, you can get your opponent's creatures too, which is amazing. For those of you just joining us, Jorge and others, we're building Teysa for Duel Commander specifically, and that means this is not the Wizards. I know you know this, but for everyone else, this is not Wizards 1v1 Commander. That's a whole different format. And we kind of decided to go down the tokens route. We have a few cards that have really good death triggers, but overall we're gonna go more on the tokens route. Yeah, no problem. I don't think Secure the Waste. I mean, I'm not gonna put it in my for sure gonna playlist. Skull Clamp, no question about Skull Clamp. Steel Shaper's Gift. I'm gonna run
it's
that.
just
Swords to Plowshares.
Yeah, that's in. Needs to be.
Yep. Thoughtseize.
Yep.
And Viscera Seer. Okay, so right now I have 16 cards that cost 1 mana or less, which is pretty high, so we might still have to make cuts on that eventually.
Yeah.
The Jiggler mentioned Kalitas, Trader of Get. I didn't think about that one. Is that it? Does that have any synergy here?
I don't think so.
If a non-token creature an opponent controls would die,
Because it's replacement effect,
Mm.
not trigger itself.
Yep, you're right. Okay. I think we're gonna pass on Kalidas then for that reason. Okay. Let's look at our 2-drops.
And also, it's like with the blood artist and stuff like that. It's just hinders.
Right. You don't get the blood artist synergy.
Double trick.
Mikini doesn't think we should play Steel Shaper's Gift. Personally, I think I disagree. I think Skull Clamp is that busted that you're gonna want a 1-mana tutor for Skull Clamp. I don't know. Do you agree, TukTuk?
Like, we need at least one more equipment to search for, because otherwise, when you draw Skull Clamp and the Steel Shaper's Gift, you just like are like meh. But other than that, yeah, 2-mana Skull Clamp that draws you 4 cards instead of 2.
Yeah,
I'm in.
Yeah. The other equipment, I think there's a lot of options. I think we could justify Lightning Greaves in this deck. I know it's not like the perfect deck for Lightning Greaves, but it's a good way to protect Teysa.
Yeah.
And then
I think so.
I liked your Heirloom Blade a lot too. Honestly.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. So Animate Dead. We got to decide if we want to go this Animate Dead, Leonin Relic Warder route. What do you think? All right.
We would need to go from the other side, I think.
I know. I think you're right. I think it's a whole package of cards too, so that ends up being tough when you're trying to cut down to. Apostle's Blessing. I don't think we need it.
Yeah, agreed.
Ashen Skin's Zubera. Again, I don't think it's strong enough.
The animate that?
Sorry?
What is strong enough or isn't strong enough?
Ashen Skin Zubera.
It's opponent discards a card if it dies, but it's not pinned to discard. They can discard whatever. Yeah,
they can choose. I do like the Black Cat, but I think this one's quite a bit worse.
Okay, fair enough. It's true that better than Ashen Skin Zubera is the for 2 black, opponent discards 2 cards at random, Hymn to Turak.
Yep, Hymn to Turak is great.
Yeah, maybe that instead.
Yeah. Okay, Ailey. Don't know. I'm not like 100% on it.
I don't like Ailey.
Okay. All right, balance. Do I have to ask about that one?
No, you don't.
Okay, Bitter Blossom. I don't think I have to ask about that one either.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Black Cat in.
Yep.
I'm gonna put Blood Artist in. I think that's a pretty easy include. I like Carrier Thrall a lot.
Because it trumps us?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cartel Aristocrat, another free sack outlet that's pretty cheap.
Yeah, I think that's just auto-include.
Okay.
If it's free sack outlet, it's like necessary.
Okay, Demonic Tutor obviously is going to go in. Doom Dissenter. This is interesting because it does work with both of Teysa's abilities, so I'm kind of inclined to run it. But it's
me too.
Pretty crappy on its own without Teysa. But
that's true. Unless you have Skull Clamp.
Unless you have Skull Clamp. Yes, when we're cutting from 219, and I realize it's a shit ton of cards. Well, this is not really that uncommon for me deck building, but especially when we have the whole community giving feedback, there's a lot of stuff going in there.
I'm not easier then.
What?
I'm not sure that's easier when the whole community is giving feedback.
No, it's harder, but My point was when I'm building a deck by myself, it's not uncommon for me to get up to 219 cards before I start cutting.
Okay.
Remember, a lot of those are lands, guys. Already. Gerard's Verdict. I don't think we need that. Goat.
I don't like it myself, but it's quite powerful.
I'll leave it out. Yeah. If we're not like both 100% on these cards, I'll just leave them out because otherwise it's going to be too tough. Handwear Militia Captain.
Yeah, but fair enough.
Yeah.
Sorry. What does it do again?
2/2 for 2/2 for 2, and at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 4 or more creatures, you can transform it, and then it's
yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's good.
Okay. And then it flips into a thing that's power and toughness equal number of creatures you control, and then at the beginning of your end step you get a 1/1 white and black human cleric token.
That sounds good.
Okay. So, and what's next here? Hymn to Turok.
Yeah, that's super good.
Yeah. Intangible Virtue. I think that card's going to be good in the token version that we have.
Yeah, I think so.
Journey to Nowhere? Probably not. Lightning Greaves is an interesting one.
I would play it.
All right.
I'm less inclined to play it because of the... But like, if there is at least few high, and it should be good enough. If there won't be, then we know what to do.
Yeah. Martyr of Dusk, I think, is quite strong. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. It's just sorry.
Yeah.
Like own, and it's 2/1 instead of just 1/1. I think it's okay.
All right,
it's good.
I'll put it in there for now. Mesmeric Fiend.
I love that card.
Okay.
It's
yeah, that card's great. I'm gonna skip over Mindstone and Mirror, I think, and probably Night's Whisper.
Okay.
Open the Armory is interesting. Do we want to pay 2 mana to tutor up basically just Skull Clamp?
There is not anything else,
right? There's
so far, I mean, like, except for the 3 mana Heirloom Blade.
Yeah, the Heirloom Blade is good. I mean, I don't know. Skull Clamp is just so good.
Is there like any aura that we want to maybe tutor for?
I don't think so. Khalees is adamant that we consider Altar of Dementia. It is a 2 mana sack outlet for free, but milling in this format just doesn't really accomplish much, I think. What do you think, TukTuk?
It doesn't. Well, it depends. Well, we already agreed that the token round, so not for us that much. The only flashback spell is the return target creature from the graveyard, right?
Reanimate, yeah.
Sorry, no, I mean with the flashback.
Dread Return?
Yes, that's it. Which is good, actually. Which is actually really good. But
all right.
Yeah, 2 mana sack outlet that is for free. I would consider it, but I'm not saying it's bad at all. It's I'm not helping, am I?
We're trying to cut cards, not add cards right now.
Uh,
But Mickey and I did have a good suggestion of Diabolic Intent. I think I totally spaced on that one, but I think that could be good.
Diabolic what?
Intent?
Diabolic Intent. Right. Yeah, sure. Yes, definitely.
Okay. Pack Rat.
I love it.
All right. Sold. I'm gonna skip Perilous Mirror, Seal Away, Skirk Ridge Exhumer. I think it's a little too cute, maybe. Yeah, Wim has a good point. No, go ahead.
I would cut Seal Away.
Yeah, me too.
You mean skip to cut it?
Cutting it.
Yeah, okay.
Cutting it.
Yeah.
Smuggler's Copter.
Yeah, that's Smuggler's Copter is in, definitely, I think.
That card's just busted.
Yeah.
Alright. Spawning Pit. I actually kind of like Spawning Pit better than Altar of Dementia. If we're not that they're mutually exclusive, but I think if we're short on cheap free sack outlets, Spawning Pit's a good one. Stoneforge Mystic for sure.
And because we play Stoneforge Mystic, then so we have targets for the not good ones.
Sultai Emissary, not sure it's does enough. Suture Priest.
It's probably not.
Yeah. Sorry. I keep interrupting you.
No, I keep interrupting you. Okay. Suture Priest.
Again, we're trying to get these cards that are like slam dunks, like no questions asked, for sure gonna go in. Because we can always add more cards into this final list, but if we like too many things, then it just becomes another painful process of cutting. Umezawa's Jite is interesting.
I think in any creature-based deck, it's just in.
Okay. Well, we have plenty of equipment now.
Yeah.
Unexpectedly Absent. I'm a big fan of this card.
Yeah, me neither.
You're not a fan of this one?
Oh, I'm not. Sorry.
Okay.
You said I am not a big fan.
No. I am a big fan, but it's more of a tempo card. I'll leave it out because, like I said, I'm just gonna include cards that are like both you and I are both 100% on. I do.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
if that's correct. With unexpectedly absent.
Okay, I'm leaving it out. I'm leaving it out then.
No, I mean like it's not. Okay, never mind.
That's a whole nother discussion debate. Zealous Persecution.
I guess in.
I feel really good about this card in a token deck. And Michael joined us. I think he probably joined us a little bit late. He suggested cutting on themes rather than cards, which we kind of established. No, it's a good point for sure. But we're gonna go the token route, and that's why I'm so gung ho about like Zealous Persecution and I don't know, whatever else, Spawning Pit. So, and even Pack Rat. I think Pack Rat's good. Zulaport Cutthroat, I think, is obviously good.
Yeah.
And I think Diabolic Intent is also quite good.
Yep, for sure.
Okay, so right now we're looking at 41 cards and just two CMC and less.
Perfect. Just 19 cards left and we are done.
Yeah, we got to decide Yeah, it's gonna be hard to just do 19 if we want to play 40 lands. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is gonna be tough. All right, let's go to our 3-drops. Anguished Unmaking.
Oh god, I need to search for these.
Oh, this is a 3-mana instant. Exile a non-land permanent. You lose 3 life.
Sure, it's okay.
I think it's really good, and I think we're gonna be so pressed for slots on removal that something this flexible kind of makes up for maybe lacking Go for the Throat, maybe lacking Path to Exile or something like that.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Ashnod's Altar. I'm in for Ashnod's Altar.
Yeah, me too.
Aetherios.
Less good in token deck, but still pretty good, I think. Especially if the tokens come from the non-token creature, which they do so far.
Yeah, it's great. It's great with Traveler, Doom Dissenter, all those type of cards.
Play them again and again and again, and stack them and stack them. Just opponents will always let you have them because they are taking 6 for. What is that?
Yeah.
Nonsense.
Yeah. What's nonsense?
Even is good, I think. I mean, there is a big stuff, but in the end, one per hand. Can you hear me?
I'm having trouble hearing you. It's really breaking up, but now I think it might be a little better. Anyway, I put Aetherios on. No, it's okay. I think Brimaz is good. I'm gonna put him on. Yeah, we were talking about Unexpectedly Absent for a while there, Wim. I like Council's Judgment a lot. Are you in agreement there? I think that's a staple in any white deck. Dismember.
Yeah, Dismember for sure.
Okay. Especially with the lifelink we have going on.
Yeah.
Entreat the Angels is interesting because we don't really have any way to cheat it to the top of our deck.
Yeah, we don't do it. And if we draw multiple cards, like through GTA, or like Dark Prophecy or something.
Yeah.
I think then it's not that good.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, I think there would need to be like another card like Scroll Rack or something like that.
Right.
Otherwise, I would cut it probably.
All right. Fiend Hunter.
I like it.
Okay. Sorry. Flesh Carver. It's a sack outlet and it makes tokens.
Yeah, I like it because it does everything what we want.
Yeah, me too. I like it. So sorry about the stream quality. I guess it's going in and out. Not much I can do about that, but yeah, you can try to lower your resolution on YouTube if you want.
Yeah.
Glorious Anthem.
Yeah, I think that's good enough. Needs to be.
Okay. Grim Haruspex. Interesting.
Wait, does it need to be? Well, yeah, it needs to be good enough. Sorry, what Grim Haruspex?
Yeah. I'm leaning toward yes, but
there is just so many creatures so far, at least.
Is that an argument in favor of Haruspex or against Haruspex?
Yes, I think it's in favor.
All right. I'll put it down. The non-token clause kind of sucks. But
yeah.
Hallowed Spirit Keeper. Ooh, I like this one quite a bit.
Yeah, that's awesome.
If you guys are wondering what I'm doing, I'm writing all these cards down so I can cut the rest of them later. Heirloom Blade. I'll give it a try.
Yeah, it might not be good enough, actually, because it costs 3 mana but it just seems it could get there, and it could be really good.
I think we're drifting back toward our cards we're waffling on too much. We only have 7 slots left, and we're only halfway through the 3s. Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll leave. Maybe I'll leave Heirloom Blade on the sidelines for now.
Okay.
Hero's Downfall, probably not.
Yeah, cut it.
Liliana of the Veil.
Cut it.
It's a sack outlet.
Yeah, but not really. Well, I think we have enough sack outlets to just cut her.
All right. What about Liliana Heretical Healer?
I actually think that she might not make two zombies and just make 1. So,
okay.
If she makes only 1, then it's not really that good. To specifically to her. She is good, but
yeah,
there is. But it's just I'm not sure it's good enough, so I would cut her.
Okay, Lingering Souls. I'm putting that one in.
I'm actually quite sure she does not do the 2/2/2 zombies.
All right. I'm going to skip Matter Reshaper because we're going the token route. Midnight Reaper is interesting. We might be able to get away with playing one of these cards, like Midnight Reaper or Grim Haruspex. I just realized this one says non-token as well, but it counts itself. You take a damage.
Well, it replaces itself. I would go with that route.
Do you think it's better than Grim Haruspex or worse?
I think it might be better.
All right.
Because like so many times it happens that you play Grim Haruspex and they kill it, and then they play like Wrath of God or something, and you have no. Right. This way, at least 1 card.
All right, I'm gonna cut Grim Haruspex then. Monastery Mentor.
As I see it, we have like mainly non-creatures, right?
Yeah, we have a lot of cards that produce creatures, but they're not creatures themselves, like Bitter Blossom and Spawning Pit and stuff like that.
I would leave it in then. For now.
Okay. Oops. Man, my computer's chugging this. Do all this stuff. Okay. Okay. No necromancy. Oketra's Monument.
Yeah, that's in for sure, isn't it?
I think so. It helps.
I think we need to check how many white creatures we actually have after we are done cutting.
Right.
And then I don't Oketra's Monument.
But it reduces the cost of Teysa, and if Teysa keeps dying, it helps be able to cast her over and over again.
A little bit, yeah, sure.
Ophiomancer.
I like it. You can, like, with Sack Outlet, you can sack the snake every turn. That's good.
Yeah, I agree. Orzhov Pontiff. I think that's a pretty clear include.
Yeah, for sure.
Pawn of Ulamog.
That's the...
Whenever another creature dies, you get a 1/1 or an 0/1 Eldrazi spawn. They can sack for a mana.
Non-token creature, right? Yeah. How is it 2/2 or?
It's a 2/2 for 3, so it's kind of a crappy body by itself.
I actually don't think that when we would be at 3 mana, we would need to really rummage.
Yeah, I agree. Let's pass on that. Phyrexian Altar.
That I think is good enough.
Okay, me too.
So far, I think actually we might have like too many Sack Outlets now.
Really interesting.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
It's just...
We'll make a pass where we cut a bunch of stuff and then we'll look at it again. Plague Crafter. Don't think so.
Yeah.
Rock Egg, we're not really... Well, this one's kind of a token route too.
Yeah, for sure.
I like Rock Egg. Let's get it in there.
Is it a flyer?
It is It is a flyer. Yeah, which is pretty crucial. Yeah. Rotlung Reanimator, I think, is worse than the Zathrid Necromancer. Similar card.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna pass on Sacred Mesa and the Swords and Tangle Wire. Teysa Orzhov Scion is an interesting one.
All right. Pass on Tangle Wire.
Oh, now you're making me think twice about it.
It's like you just tap the tokens and you still have the mana.
All right, I'll put it in there. Okay, Teysa Orzhov Scion.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of synergy there.
Yeah.
I like Toxic Deluge just as a catch-all answer, even in a creature deck. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, okay. You need to press the button.
Victimize, probably not.
Yeah, I think like the Dredge Return is much better.
Yeah. Vindicate, I like a lot.
Yep.
And then we have Zathrid Necromancer.
I like him.
Okay. Man, we're gonna have to make a lot more cuts. And then Yaheni, Undying Partisan.
Oh. It grows. You can sack tokens to it to make it indestructible into ultimate block, and it's just...
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. On 4, we have Teysa, which I already made note of. And then we have Academy Rector. We have 2 Erectors here, Academy Rector and Arena Rector. It's tough because they're kind of like a package deal, you know, like we don't have like a bomb enchantment to get necessarily. I think the most expensive Planeswalker we're going to play is going to be like one of the 4-mana Sorens.
Or maybe a Janet.
Sorry?
Maybe a Janet.
Which Ajani?
The one that, well, there are 2 options. It's like, where is it? Oh, the 5, which is not, I think, that good. That for +2, well, no, that's not good. There is the one that gives all creatures +1/+1 right? How is it called? Ajani Steadfast for 4 mana, I think. And Ajani Goldmane actually also does that.
I think I just realized an even better one, which would be Gideon, ally of Zendikar. We didn't have that in our list.
Yeah.
And Elspeth. I have Elspeth in there.
Oh god.
I know.
Be...
I'm adding cards. I should be cutting cards. I'm gonna pass. I think I'm gonna pass because if I'm just getting a 4-mana Planeswalker, why don't I just play that instead of Arena Rector? I'm not getting any mana advantage off of it. So,
yeah. Fair enough.
Don't think this is an Armageddon deck or a Coercive Portal deck or a Damnation, Day of Judgment. No. Dread Return, your favorite?
Yeah, I think it's really good, especially because it should be free. Should be. It's probably not free for the first time, but you can use it twice and
yeah, the first time probably won't be free because there's not a lot of ways to just discard it or whatever.
Sorry, you are cut.
I put Dread Return in the list. I put
okay.
Alenda the Dusk Rose.
Yeah, that's good enough for.
Yeah, works on multiple axes.
Like the spare command.
Right, the backup commander, like the other Teysa. Yeah. Elspeth, I think, is quite strong.
Yeah, for sure.
Falconwrath Noble, probably.
Probably good enough. Needs to be.
No, I'll take it off if you're not 100%. I'll take it. I'll leave it out. All right, I'll leave it out. Grave Pact.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Sold. Mausoleum Guard. Dies into 2/1/1 spirit tokens.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
Ooh, smokestacks. Says smokes. No, Cluis says smokestacks.
Cluis.
Good, really good. Cluis, yeah.
It's slow, but it's certainly, if there's ever a deck for it, it would be this one.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, well, we'll get to that later. Palace Jailer, I think, is just amazing. So I don't know. Just it's really a broken card. We have 2 Sorens, Lord of Innistrad and Solemn Visitor. I think they're both pretty good.
They both make tokens, right?
Correct. Yeah.
The +1/+0, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. And the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna put them both in for now.
Sorry, what?
I'm gonna put both Sorens in for now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip Sushi, Treasure Keeper. I think Vindictive Lich might still be good enough.
I think so, because it's like... Whoa. Okay. I think so because it's like 5 damage face in the worst case, and in the best case it's like 10 life. It's just...
Yeah. The other card, I think Gideon, Ally of Zendikar, is really good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And
Smokes.
You want Smokestack? Should we go deep with Smokestack? All right. All right, we only have. All right, that's fine. We'll get to that later. All right, 5 on 5s. Let's try to keep this to a minimum here. I think I don't think we need Arcana Justice.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't think we need Batter Skull, really.
Really?
I guess we have
like,
a lot of ways to get
how
equipment.
Is it draw Butterskull without the Mystic?
I've run Mystic without Batter Skull plenty of times.
No, but have you run Butterskull? If you draw Butterskull without the Mystic, how bad is it?
It's kind of bad.
Is it like mulligan to one less card?
No.
And like against red, that it should be pretty good.
All right, I'll put it in.
I'm actually not sure. And I really would like to hear from chat what they think, because it's like it should be good, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I'm inclined to say no on Belfry Spirit, Black Market, Campaign of Vengeance, Dark Petition, all 4 of those.
Yeah, me too.
Dictate of Erebos. What do you think?
I think that's good enough.
All right. Oh, I love that card. Divine Visitation, I think, is awesome.
Yeah, sure.
And Eldrazi Monument, I think, is really good too.
Also, if we have Divine Vision, that Academy Rector is in the deck, makes the cut.
I missed the second part of what you said.
If we have Divine Visitation, does it mean that Academy Rector makes the cut?
Oh, Academy Rector.
Yeah.
That's a good point. All right, I'll put Academy Rector in the list. Oh boy. Come on, computer. Oof. Come on. All right, what other 5s? Cool. I don't think I'm sold on any of those other 5s. We have Ghoulcaller Gisa, Murderous Cut, Obsidat, Ghost Council, Ogre Slumlord, Polluted Dead, Sidisi Undead Vizier, and Unburial Rites.
I kind of like Sidisi and Eldrazi Monument.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I agree with you.
All right. I'll put I put Eldrazi Monument in already.
Oh, cool.
I'll put Sidisi in there too. And on 6, we have Elspeth and Grave Titan are both really good token producers.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't play Michaelus. How do you pronounce it again?
Micaeus, the Unhallowed.
Okay, Micaeus. I wouldn't play him because first, I think there is like so many humans which I'm mistaken about.
No, I agree. I think the short list for me on the 6 drops are like Wormcoil Engine, Kokusho, Grave Titan, and Elspeth, but even that might be too many.
Yeah.
Can we agree that Wormcoil is probably good enough?
I am really okay. Why do you play Wormcoil in any deck? Like, because it's just good, or okay, either you have RAM or some artifact RAM that like lets you, which we don't have, or you play like mono red and cheat it into play, or I don't know, or it's just finisher, which I think with the number of creatures we currently have in the deck, it should be okay without the Room Coil to finish the game. It's just... it's good, but it doesn't like fill any void in the deck.
Okay,
I feel...
fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the only reason I'm drawn to it more so here, I mean, I don't really play this card very often, but you have two synergies with Teysa. But
oh yeah, well, like the vigilance is nice. Well, I mean, like the 4 tokens is really good, and they just, well, actually the lifelink also applies. Well, okay, fair enough.
Let's not play it if you're not 100%. I mean, these cards are kind of like equal to me, like Wormcoil, Elspeth, Grave Titan. I could see. I don't think one is like far and away better than the other ones.
Yeah, agree.
We could just play no 6 drops, and that'll simplify things.
It's true.
All right, I'll just put Elspeth in.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
I like the Grave Titan, but yeah, I think Elspeth is a bit better, maybe. Probably.
I'll put both of them in. Okay. All right. I got 25 more cards to cut now. Let me what time is it? Oh my god, it's almost 4 o'clock.
Yeah. So you're not playing Ugin?
No.
Okay, damn it.
He just snuck in there from my staples list. Probably shouldn't have even been there, to be honest, but let's see here. So we gotta cut 25 cards. I'm gonna send you a screenshot of what I have here. And then I'm gonna start cutting stuff.
Don't send it to put it on the stream.
I don't know if I can do that in the YouTube chat.
If you make a screenshot and then put it, no? Okay.
Wouldn't I have to like host it somewhere? Link to a URL?
Fair enough.
I'll put it in the Discord. So you people who aren't part of the Duel Commander Discord, go there and sign up. It's good incentive for you to do that. There's a link in the stream description. If my computer can handle it. It's really chugging right now. It's about 1,000 degrees, it feels like. Come on. I thought I took a screenshot here. Where are you? There we go. Just need to be able to paste it. Oof. We might have to pick this up at another time. Because my computer's about to blow up, I think.
That's bad.
Yeah. How many people are watching right now? It says 12, but that might be old. Did you see the screenshot I sent you?
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
All right. Just rattle off some card names and I'll cut them.
I actually think we might have too many tutors for the Skull Clan. So I would cut the 2-mana one. How is it called?
Open the Armory.
Yes, Open the Armory, because we actually don't have any, right? Or at least I cannot see it.
Okay. Actually, I realized that...
I would cut that.
Okay. I'm going to send you another screenshot because the last one didn't include the number of cards we had to cut, which was like 25. But I don't know if it matters too much.
No, then screenshot when you cut few cards. After you cut few cards. Like if you would send another one maybe. Okay.
So we'll cut Open the Armory. Just start spitting out card names for me and I'll
Glorious Anthem. I'm not sure that.
Yeah, it's a little expensive.
Yeah. How many
sack outlets? Let me look. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you talking about repeatable sack outlets?
4?
4 that cost like, two or less that are repeatable.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Damn it. And
then
I hope you like 8 or something.
No, it's actually more though if you count the 3 drops, because then we have Ashnod's Altar and Phyrexian Altar. That would be 6. And then we have some lands.
Grave Pact? Do we have mana to play Grave Pact?
It's tough to cast for sure, especially if we're playing stuff like High Market.
Maybe only to play Dictate then? I'm not sure about that.
I think we should play one. I think we should play one of them, but maybe Dictate's even better.
Only
one?
You mean one or?
I'm saying we could cut Grave Pact and keep Dictate.
Okay. Yeah.
I think maybe Aetherios cut. What do you think?
Probably. I really like him in this deck.
Okay.
Do you see anywhere how many creatures there are or anything like that?
I don't have that functionality on my spreadsheet right now.
Sure. Yeah, I would keep Athras. I would maybe Phyrexian Altar, just because it just gives only 1 mana.
Okay.
Even colored.
All right.
But I'm not sure that we use the 2 mana better. Like I feel like we can cut one of them, either Ashnodes or Phyrexian Altar. But
right, I know what you mean. There's not a lot of colorless costs and stuff, but I still think Ashnod's Altar is probably better. I'll cut Phyrexian Altar.
Okay. Fair enough.
Oof. My mouse just froze.
Deluge isn't actually because we have a dictator for the cut to the Grave Pact. Never mind. If we I would make a toxic deluge. We don't.
TukTuk and chat. I'm gonna have to. I hate to do this, but I'm gonna have to take a break here because I can't hardly move my mouse
on
my computer. So sorry about that. I didn't think this would be that much worse than just playing XMage, but we're having a lot of trouble. I'll
Would like disconnecting with me would?
I can try that.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Well, see you later.
Thanks, TukTuk. We'll be in touch. We'll see if it fixes itself.
Either way.
What?
Okay, cool.
What?
Thanks for having me. If I don't get back.
Yeah, of course. It's great. It's good to have another person to bounce ideas off of.
Cool.
All right. Take care.
You too.
Bye. Okay. Let's see if that's any better. Still can't move my mouse. Maybe it's what's my stream health doing? Okay, I think that did smooth things out quite a bit here. You guys notice any improvement in the stream once he left? Looks like it's going strong. Okay, so I need to cut 21 more cards and I don't have a mouse. Oh, jeez. Sorry, guys. My mouse isn't working. Does it look smooth, TukTuk? I think it's smooth. It went back to the green according to OBS. Now I lost my mouse. Can't really do much without my mouse. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Let's try something else. Trying a new mouse here. Okay, just 1 second here. I'm getting a new mouse paired. Yeah, the stream quality was I think it wasn't necessarily my connection, but just having a video call going at the same time as streaming and doing everything else was a little too much. Okay, let's try this. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Well, I think we're gonna have to pick this up later, guys, unfortunately, because I lost my mouse and I don't have a backup mouse. And my trackpad is behind my microphone. I can't really get to it. Come on. Nope, lost my mouse. Well, we got like most of the way toward building a Teysa deck. I have 21 cards to cut, and I might finish the cutting process on stream, but it's not really as fun as adding cards, obviously. So maybe the next time we deal with Teysa, I will get to play her, and I might even get to play her on xmage.today, like the beta server for XMage, which would be pretty cool. And really sorry to have to cut out for you guys, but we've been going for 2.5 hours, so I think that's a good amount of time anyway. So got really good start on Teysa, and check back next week. The stream every Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Central US time, or GMT -6, and we'll have some more Duel Commander action for you. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great rest of the weekend. Bye.
Suck me in the smoke, breathe me in and let me go. Filling the lungs inside you, and the blackened eyes make my way into your mind. Just to know what you knew, restless